Wanted to check in with Mathew Katz from DNAinfo because you also did an eye-opening story. This is about how the money is spent with the gay men's health crisis. Tell us about it, Mathew.
Well, we took a look at some of their internal financial documents and also spoke to several people within the organization. And it turns out that money from the AIDS Walk, and in fact many of the other donations that go to GMHC, actually don't go towards AIDS services. They go towards staggering rent, fundraising costs, and other overhead.
The charity analysts sometimes measure how much per dollar is spent on services getting to actual people. What was that figure that you reported?
Well, when you take a look just at the donations that they get, small private donations from people like you and me, it ends up being about 3 cents to every dollar that goes to services.
Whereas the threshold usually for a charity, where they like to see them, is much higher.
60% higher than that.
60 cents a dollar. Okay. What is Gay Men's Health Crisis saying? They're saying a lot of their government funds goes to their services. Is that right?
About half of their budget comes from government contracts, Medicaid, things like that. That goes to pay for services. But when they fundraise, they say that the money that you give them goes towards services, when really it's going towards rent on a largely empty office.
So the AIDS Walk, well known here in the city for a long time, people spending, it raised millions of dollars. A fraction of that is what you're saying really gets to people who need the services.
Yes, only about $374,000 of the $11.4 million or so that they raise in donations every year goes towards services.
Wow, it seems staggering when you hear it. You also said there's really some administrative turmoil over there, a lot of turnover.
There's the CEO of the nonprofit, Marjorie Hill, was fired by the board a few months ago, and they also lost their chief financial officer. So they've got 2 of their 3 executive positions are empty right now.
I just want to be clear, what response from Gay Men's Health Crisis did you get?
As of right now, they're saying that they donate 88% of all donations towards programs, and they're understandably angry about the story.
Yeah.
But they have yet to actually come back with any solid figures about where the money goes.
When and if they do, you'll come back, share it with us and update us.
Definitely.
Thank you. Good to see you, buddy. Okay, good.